On the phone with me this morning on Waking Up with Wes, we've got Mr. Ron Avery, a law enforcement specialist, and really, you also instruct people on how to defend themselves with firearms, too. Am I correct?
Yeah, I'm former law enforcement now. I run a school called the Tactical Performance Center out of St. George, Utah. I travel around the country doing a lot of training as well.
Yes, sir, and they've seen me sporting your shirt because it's a fine organization, and I think you guys do a wonderful thing. I wanted to talk a little bit this morning about the shooting in Orlando, and here's why I want to talk about it, because I don't want to address people's lifestyles or anything like that. I want to address the problem of Americans being killed on American soil.
Absolutely.
And how should folks react? Because, I mean, here's the issue. People go to nightclubs. People go to restaurants. People go to football games, basketball games. And this is something that is becoming way too common a problem. How should this have gone down?
Well, here is the problem. We are trained almost from birth by negative programming that people with guns are all powerful, that they can somehow, you can't resist them or you're going to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So people have developed this belief of being a victim and running away and hiding. And they've been told to run and hide. But that doesn't work when you're in an enclosed space like an airplane or you're in like a nightclub like that. And what we have to do, the American psyche, has to shift. We have to sit there and say, we are not going to be victims. We are going to have to change that mindset into one of immediately aggressing, going after that guy, throwing whatever you could throw at this guy, bottles, throwing, anything, attacking him from multiple angles. If they would have just, as soon as he opened fire, 10 people would have ran at him and grabbed that gun and grabbed him around the head and tried to put his eye out and twist that gun out of his arms, that thing could have been a lot less lethal.
Absolutely.
And we have just not reached that moment where, we have not learned the lessons from 9/11. On that airplane with people with box cutters controlled an entire plane and crashed it.
Yeah.
We need to understand we need to attack these people no matter what. Even if it means you're going to get shot, it doesn't mean you're going to necessarily die. But if you hesitate, if you do anything but attack this guy head on right away without thinking about it, you're going to catch a bullet.
Now,
you cannot wait.
Your credentials include FBI, CIA, Homeland Security, Border Patrol, TSA, Delta Force.
I cannot confirm nor deny some of those, okay?
I understand. I'm just saying people in those organizations know of you and have used your tactics.
I've been teaching people like that for the past 30-some-odd years.
Yes, sir. Rangers, SEALs. We're talking about, and what you and I do, I teach self-defense, you teach armed self-defense, and the idea is to have a positive action as opposed to a negative reaction, if I'm understanding you.
Yeah, we don't teach just firearms. We teach everything. I mean, Dr.
Sure.
Louis Yu is our martial arts guy. I've been in martial arts since I was a kid. We do all kinds of unarmed self-defense. I don't expect people to be carrying guns in a nightclub.
I understand.
But just because you don't have a gun doesn't mean you're not armed.
And that is the key. It is an attitude adjustment as opposed to what you got in your pocket adjustment.
Absolutely. It is not a tool. It is a weapon, and you use your mind, and you use your body, and you do whatever it takes to win, and you get that mindset of immediate aggression is the only response that will save the majority of the people around you. You have to commit.
And how should folks? I mean, obviously we're going to recommend go get some training, but the average person, who's not going to go get the training, what advice can you give to them?
Get with their friends and start talking about these things, and start realizing what it is you need to do. There's plenty of information. I don't mind getting on the radio and giving out free advice.
Sure.
But what they need to do is get with their friends. We need to have them talk this through and start changing their beliefs and what they think is true, what they think will work, into a new belief of what will actually work to save them.
Absolutely, absolutely. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to talk to us. I know you had some range time going on, and and
exactly.
If you don't practice what you do, then you don't do what you practice.
Well, like I said, I believe that People have what's necessary already inside them. They don't need some magic, wizard to tell them, here you are, I'm going to imbue you with courage. The courage is there. What you have to have is the will, and that is based on beliefs. What are you willing to risk your life for, and if necessary, die for? Number two, the way I operate in my world, and where all these guys, law enforcement, military guys, we're number two. Everybody else around us is number one. My buddy is number one. Something happens, I take care of him. Mm-hmm. My life is not as important as his life. And if people would start embracing that philosophy that the person next to you's life is more important than yours, you'll attack that guy. You'll take him apart. You'll take that shooter down, and you will absolutely make him fearful.
I can tell you one of the things that changed my life completely is grandkids.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you look at them and you go, that is a 3-year-old little girl, I will do anything and everything within my last breath and ounce of energy to protect that person. And if you look at everyone like that, it makes a huge difference in the world.
Yes, it does. And people think you need training. I say you need to shape your values. You need to figure out, again, what your values are. Who are you willing to risk your life or, if necessary, die for? Mm-hmm. That's not training. That's values. You need to look at your values. What do you truly believe in, and what are you going to live? Are you going to live those values? That's all I will ask people to do. And then from there, we can take steps on what to do. But first, they have to commit to doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know you guys have a Facebook page. Do you have a website as well?
Yeah, tacticalperformancecenter.com. Ken Nelson and I are both co-founders of it. And I spend a tremendous amount of time in this arena. I'm also a writer, and I do a lot of different things. But my biggest task is empowering people and let them understand that performance does not wear a uniform. It is inside all of us, and our job is to bring that out.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, and thank you again for taking time out of your busy day, and good Lord bless us all.
Thank you, sir.